And a pleasant good evening to you and yours, and welcome to the campus of Melbourne High School and Dawson Field for Brevard Sports Network BSN Baseball Game of the Week, brought to you by Connect Sports Consulting and Dingers Training Center, located in Rockledge. And when you talk to most of the Brevard County managers and coaches around the area, I don't care what sport it is, it's never about them. And they'll tell you that. Athletic directors, coaches, all of them. It's always about the student athletes. Well, tonight is the exception. Tonight, a win by the Melbourne Bulldogs, and the legendary skipper for the Bulldogs in his 23rd season, Pete Donovan, will pick up career win number 500. And so we're excited for Coach Donovan. We know the baseball protocol when it comes to that. This will be about the only time during the course of the game we'll mention it, just simply because there are those baseball jinxes that we certainly want to, wouldn't want to overstep our boundaries with that. It's like stepping on the white line going out. But Coach Donovan has had a storied career here at Melbourne. He's averaged over 20 wins a year, 11 district championships, a 2014 Final Four appearance, 10 times Cape Coast Conference Coach of the Year. And the accolades are as long as my arm. And we are set for baseball here. And tonight, TJ Gowdy and the Satellite Scorpions come in. And leading it off for the Scorpions is going to be number 10, Evan Soland. On the bump tonight for Melbourne is Trey Wheeler. Wheeler, of course, the left-handed South Carolina commit. And the first pitch from Wheeler is strike one. And that'll be strike two. 0-2 to Solon. It's going to be Evan Solon, William Hendry, and Jason Alati. 1, 2, 3 for the Scorps. Will take you around the Bulldog infield and outfield coming up. Solon this season comes in. Get you the stats here in a second, getting organized here. Solon comes in as a 267 hitter this season. And the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. TJ Gowdy, the third base coach. Coach Gowdy in his 5th season as the skipper for Satellite. And that's a strikeout. You struck him. Okay, I was looking down at the notes. My fault. I promise I'm going to get with it here. 1-1. Okay, make it 1-2. So already Wheeler is dealing. This is William Hendry. I'm blown away at the view here tonight, and I'll take a minute here between innings to tell you about that. That's inside for a ball. Hendry, a 470 or 300 hitter this season for Satellite. An on-base percentage of 417. Wheeler low. And the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Wheeler goes full. The last time we saw Trey Wheeler on the bump last week against the O'Galley Commodores as the Bulldogs got a thrilling 9-6 win. The full count 3-2 offering to Hendry is strike 3 called, and Wheeler deals up his second consecutive strikeout, and that'll bring up Jason Alati. That was as pretty gets on a 3-2 pitch. To be able to throw that pitch is why he's going to be a Friday night guy at South Carolina. There is no doubt about it. Alati steps in, and Alati immediately fouls off the first pitch. Alati batting .360 this season. And there is a grounder backhanded by the shortstop, Gavin Ziegler, to throw is high. It gets away, and Alati will go to second base, and he slides, and he got him. And that was a great play and a great throw down to second to get him. I'm going to give him a hit because that was a tough backhanded stab in the hole and error around the bag. But how about the play by Ryan Hopping, the Salem International commit, to gut him out at second base? Great call by the umpire, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We head to the bottom of one. Satellite, nothing. Melbourne coming to bat. Let's tell you a little bit about. Let's go around the satellite infield. Didn't get a chance to do that for the Bulldogs, but we'll do that here. On the bump tonight is pitcher Jonathan Wallaver. Will give you his numbers coming up. His battery mate behind the plate is Thomas Cicciolio. Over at first is Jason Alati. Down at second base. Who is that second? Well, at shortstop is William Hendry. The third baseman, Braden Bell. From left to right is Evan Soland. And left in center field tonight is Brandon Ryder. And over in right is Michael McCarthy. I got everybody down but the second baseman. Well, if he turns his back, something's wrong. But we want to thank the Melbourne coaching staff here tonight and, of course, Coach Pete Donovan, because normally this is the only facility that we would come to and have to broadcast behind a fence. They have carved out an area for us next to number 8. Your second baseman is Jaden Evans. He's being DH for by Brock Hamilton, which is why I don't have him. Leading off for Melbourne tonight is Jake Richardson. Richardson this season batting .404. The Bulldogs come in batting .368 as a team. They got some, we talk about their arms and how well they feel, but .368 as a team. They've pelted out 18 home runs this year. They've hit 30 doubles, 3 triples, and driven in 136 runs. They've scored 160. Wallaver. And that just takes that. That's a strike, and it took the glove right off of Chichulo. And the count moves to 0-2 to Richardson. Trey Wheeler is on deck. Sometimes it's the simplest things that throw you off. And he swung on and missed, but the third strike gets passed. He's got a chance to go to second. Chichulo gets it, and Richardson will stop at second on a drop third strike, and that'll bring up Trey Wheeler. Wallaver this year in 17 and a third innings pitch. This is his 4th start of the year. He's 1-2. He's allowed 13 hits, 16 runs, just 3 of them earned. He's given 8 free passes, struck out 32, and he comes in with an ERA of 1.212. As Trey Wheeler steps in. And Wheeler, first pitch swinging. Wheeler batting .351 this year. He's got a dinger and 4 doubles for Coach Pete Donovan and the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs come in as the number 3 ranked team in Class 6A. They are the number 11 ranked team in the state of Florida, and Richardson's off and running and no throw because the catcher was unable to scoop the ball, and Richardson will pick up a stolen base. So the Bulldogs now have a runner at second, and the count is even at 1-1. They are the 11th ranked team in the state of Florida. They are the number 1 ranked team in the Orlando metropolitan area for baseball rankings. As the catcher goes out to talk. There you see Coach Donovan in the middle of your screen. We are not far from him, so if you hear me pipe down and whisper when I'm talking about him, it's only because I don't want him to feel awkward. He has been kind enough to allow us to sit where we are sitting here tonight, and I got to tell you, I couldn't be more thrilled. The only thing I'm worried about is Caleb getting out of the way of a foul ball, but we have limited liability insurance for that should he take one off the cheek. And the 1-1, it's now 2-1. The on-deck batter is Michael Petit. Wheeler, 2-1. Willover at the hip, takes a peek back to Richardson. Rocks, kicks, fires, high and outside. Oh, did he call time? Thank you, Caleb, for that observation. I missed it. We were prepared to follow Coach Donovan to the end of times if it rained out tonight to record the possible 500th win. And that gets away, and Richardson will come to third, and Wheeler will now look at 3-1. And I'll tell you, I know TJ Galladie's got a young team, that's for sure, but you got to get that situation figured out. I don't know what it's been this year for him, but tonight so far, the catcher's having a hard time hanging on to the baseball. And you got a pitcher that nice block there, Jonathan Olaver, 1.212 ERAs, and Wheeler will take a walk. Now first and third with arguably the best hitter in Brevard County coming up to the dish in Michael Petit. Nobody out here, bottom one. Petit batting .488. He's got 5 home runs, 6 doubles, 27 RBIs, 21 hits, 23 runs in 43 official at-bats. The home runs lead the team. The RBIs lead the team. The .488 average leads the team. Got to get a little more of the pitcher in there, bud, even if you have to back up a hair. Willover to Petit and down to second and cut off by the shortstop. So the pinch runner is Miller, and Miller will get a stolen base. Braden Miller will get a stolen base on a catcher's indifference as that was cut off. Willover now, the 1-0 to Petit in the dirt, 2-0. The thing I really like about this Melbourne team is that as good as they are at the plate, they are patient hitters. You realize when you get up there, you got runners at second and third. And this is a pitcher I expect that they'll score some runs off of tonight. He's a good pitcher, but these are some pretty potent bats. And there you see Petit not chasing anything at all. 2-0, and Mike will step out of the box. Just 6 seniors on this satellite team. And that'll be a strike at the knees, 2-1. Coach Galladie had a great year last year, but he's got a couple freshmen out there starting. That's a freshman behind the plate, and Chicholo. The pitch, and Michael Petit launches this one deep into right field off the bottom of the wall. Both runs will score, and Petit. Did he hit that out? That one over the wall, and Petit with a 3-run bomb. I thought it went off the base of the wall. It looked like it, didn't it?
It did.
And Michael Petit with a 3-run home run. Wasn't until I saw the trot that I realized he smoked it. And for Michael Petit, I feel bad he got gypped of a home run call. He got the deep part, though. What made that look like it bounced off the base of the wall? Did you see that? Yeah, I watched him bend down and pick it up myself. Petit with his 6th home run of the year and RBIs 28, 29, and 30. As Earl Weaver used to say, pitching and 3-run home runs win every time. The batter is Brevin Smith. Brevin comes in batting .286 this season. And already 3-0. As Michael Petit hits one opposite field, no less. And Brevin Smith is looking at 2-1. The on-deck hitter is Jake Weatherspoon. Jake's got an interesting story to tell you about Jake if you've never seen a Melbourne broadcast here on Brevard Sports Network. Weatherspoon is it is rare that we give out player of the game awards to the same player twice in one season, all season, much less twice, as that one is fouled back and out of play, and the count will be 3-2, much less twice within a 12-game span. But that's exactly what we did with Jake Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon, on the 2 games that we've done, 2 of the 3 games that we've done this year of the Melbourne Bulldogs. And Brevin Smith hits this one to the second baseman, up and over to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Yep. As Weatherspoon, the catcher, steps in. Be careful and shut that gate. Well, Weatherspoon comes in this year, .439, 3 home runs. He's one of those and Weatherspoon's a junior. I talk about constantly the position I feel that Brevard County is absolutely blessed in, and it's the catching position in this county. You look across this county at some of the great catchers we have, and Jake Weatherspoon is certainly in that conversation. 3-0, Melbourne on top here. 80. The pitch, and Weatherspoon fouls that off, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Just 1 out here, 3 runs already in for the Bulldogs on a Michael Petit 3-run home run to right center field. That's opposite field for him. The pitch from Willover high for a ball. 2-2 to Jake. On deck, Ryan Hopping. The 2-2, and Weatherspoon straight back to the screen as he battles. The 2-2, 1 out. 3-0 Bulldogs here. And Weatherspoon lines that one into left field for a 1-out base hit. And Ryan Hopping will come. Let me tell you about the week Ryan Hopping has had. So far, he comes into the game batting .432. He's got 4 home runs, 23 RBIs, and he's done He has hit home runs in, I believe, each of his last 3 games. He has had quite a week, this young man. The Salem University power hitting first base commit. Weatherspoon comes out with a pinch runner going in. Wallover fires off and running, and down to second base goes the throw, and in with a stolen base. Is Velez. And the count is 1-0 to Hopping. This young man gets a hold of one. He'll definitely put it out there on the Babcock Street. The pitch. That's a good take. 2-0 to Ryan. On deck for Melbourne. 7th batter of the inning, Gavin Ziegler. Just 1 out here and 3 in. And the Bulldogs threatening again. Wallover rocks and fires low. Good stop by the freshman catcher. Three and 0 to Ryan. See if he's got a green light here. He does. And that ball gets up the middle and around third and headed for home. Here comes the throw. And the Bulldogs have taken a 4-0 lead here with still 1 out. Ryan Hopping with his 24th RBI and his 17th hit of the year. And here goes Melbourne. As Wotava was pinch running and scored from second as Gavin Ziegler steps in. And Hopping gets back. The 8th batter of the inning on deck in Bryson Ayala. The Bulldogs threatening to send 9 to the dish in the top or the bottom of the first. The pitch outside for a ball. 1-0. The 1-0 to Ziegler. High upstairs, 2-0. Ziegler also having a pretty good year, 383 this year. He's got 18 hits, 14 RBIs with 2 doubles this season, and he's got a 2-0 count he's playing with here. Ziegler, and he hits one into the gap. Hopping round second, and he'll head to third, and he'll be held up, and the Bulldogs now have runners at first and third with just 1 out, and Bryson Ayala headed to the plate. Ayala, a freshman, batting .257 this year. He's got a poke over the wall and 5 RBIs this season. Pitching coach coming out to have a word here. 4-0, Melbourne on top here in the bottom of the first inning. And the Bulldogs, as they have done all year long, not wasting any time. A rare opportunity for this program this year to pull a double. And what I mean by that is an opportunity to win a state championship in both baseball and softball. The softball team last week played Lake Brantley, who was the number 7 ranked team in the country, and they turned around and beat them in 12 innings, 2-0. That is both of these programs combined this year, 26-2. And most certainly show no signs of slowing down. Bryson Ayala, the Melbourne batter. Tough ask for any pitcher to come in here and get this lineup out. For nothing. Ayala. And that's inside for ball one. Freshman catcher comes out, flashes the sign there. Thomas Chucholo. The on-deck batter is Christian Dillard. So the ninth batter of the inning will get an opportunity unless Ayala hits into a double play. Swung on and missed. Strike one, 1-1. 4 runs on 3 hits this inning for Melbourne. The big blast, a Michael Petit 3-run home run over the right center field wall. High and outside, ball 2, 2-1. I would imagine that if the young man can't get, and I'm talking about the starting pitcher here, Willaver can't get past Christian Dillard, that he probably would be done for the night. Here's the pitch, and the curveball's a beaut and drops in for strike 2. So Ayala now 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Ryan hopping at third base. Gavin Ziegler over at first. The 2-2 to Ayala coming. Pitch. And down to second on the play goes Ziegler. So now it's second and third with a full count to Ayala after the ball that bounced in the dirt. Sorry about that. That was my knee there. Satellite comes in at 5-5. They had a rough start to the season, had some injuries, and had players playing basketball. What a great season their basketball team had this year, the number 1 team in Brevard County. The 3-2 at the knee, strike 3 called, second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Christian Dillard. Dillard, a 267 hitter, sophomore. He's got 3 triple, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs himself, 2 RBI opportunities out there for him. Ziegler at second, hopping at third. And the top of the lineup on deck in Jake Richardson. Pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Took a fastball right there and blew it by him for strike 1, 1-1. Good pitch from Olaver there as he just reached back and fired one. Can he throw 2 more here? 1-1, 2 outs, 4-0 Bulldogs on top. The pitch. That's a nice looking curveball as it drops in. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to the sophomore left fielder. The 1-2. Check swing. And down to first base. He gets him. The inning started with a dropped third strike. It ends with a dropped third strike, but not before the Bulldogs, in between that, send 9 batters to the plate. They score 4 times on just 3 hits as we head to the top of inning number 2. It is 4-0 Melbourne on top. Now, let's take you around that Melbourne infield, and we'll tell you a little bit about Trey Wheeler and the job he's done this year pitching. Over at first base for Melbourne is Ryan Hopping. At second is Brevin Smith. Your shortstop is Gavin Ziegler, and playing the hot corner, Bryson Ayala. From left to right in the outfield, Christian Dillard in left. In center, Jake Richardson. And over in right, the home run man, Michael Petit. And behind the plate, Jake Weatherspoon. And on the hill tonight, as we told you, is Trey Wheeler. Wheeler comes in at, this is, according to Max Preps, his 6th appearance of the year. He's 2-0 with a 1.25 ERA. 22 1/3 innings pitched this year. He's allowed 16 hits, 10 runs, 4 of them earned. He has walked just 6, struck out 42. He's faced 92 batters, 86 of them officially. Opponents are batting just 186 against Trey with a 239 on-base percentage. So the Bulldogs as a team this year, pretty good fielding team. They have a 956 fielding percentage. So and leading off for Satellite is going to be Brock Hamilton, the designated hitter. Hamilton, a junior. Wheeler rocks and fires low for ball 2. 2-0. Satellite was the first ever Brevard County State Baseball champions. There's a strike from Wheeler. Back in 1986, Satellite captured that championship. And that misses inside. That was done with Pete Campbell. That's a strike. And the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brock Hamilton. The 3-2, and there is a chopper. Brevin Smith up, flips it with the glove for out number 1. Good play by the second baseman, Brevin Smith, for the first out here in the top of the second inning. That ball, slow go on the infield there, and Brevin really doing the only thing he could do there was just pick it up and scoop it with his glove. That's a headsy play. The next batter up is Michael McCarthy. And McCarthy swings and misses at the first offering from Wheeler. McCarthy batting just 133 coming into this one. The 0-1, make it 0-2 from Trey. I would imagine he's just going to come with another strike here. The 0-2, make it 3 straight, and McCarthy goes down. That is the 3rd strikeout of the night for Wheeler. As Jonathan Willaver comes in, the pitcher. As you hear manager, maybe you hear manager TJ Gowdy saying, help yourself out. Good hitter, 292 with a 433 OBP, and he swings and fouls the first pitch back. And Wheeler has now thrown 7 straight strikes. 6 straight strikes. 0-1. Make it 0-2. Nothing and 2 to Jonathan. The 0-2 with 2 outs here. And we got time. The on-deck hitter is Brandon Ryder. Here's the pitch from Trey. Strike 3, and that'll be the 3rd and final out and the 5th strikeout of the game for Wheeler. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We head to the bottom of the 2nd, 4-0 Melbourne on top. Back to the top of the order for the Melbourne Bulldogs, who sent 9 to the plate in the 1st inning. Talking about state champions in Brevard County, that 1986 satellite team we told you about. Brevard County's had 17 teams play for a state championship. Did you know the first Brevard County team to do so, according to the FHSAA, was Cocoa? And back in 1927, whatever high school they were out of at that particular point in time. So they went and played for a state championship back in 1927 against Orlando. It was the only one in the state at the time. In fact, you didn't have 2 state championships until 1949 in Brevard County, or in the state of Florida, I should say. And then in 1986, it was Satellite. And then Florida Air Academy would win a couple of them, also go to a couple state championships. Florida Air Academy would win it in 93 and then again in 98. And then the Merritt Island team, those great power hitting 1999 and 2000 Merritt Island teams, won back-to-back state championships then. And then since then, just 2 programs have captured 3 state championships, as Rockledge won one in 2004, and Tom Dooley and his Melbourne Central Catholic Hustlers in 2013, and a few years ago in 2019. And that ball is hit deep into center off the 363 center field wall, and Coach Donovan told Richardson between innings he wanted a line drive, and he certainly got it right there, as Richardson hit that thing about as far as you're going to hit it, as he hits it off the center field wall, and the Bulldogs are back in business to start the top or the bottom of the 2nd inning with Trey Wheeler stepping up. Four nothing Melbourne. Richardson at second, Wheeler at the plate. Trey is capable of doing the exact same thing. Pitch. Nice bunt by Trey. That'll send Richardson to third, and that gets away. And down to second goes Wheeler. Wheeler's going to come to third. Actually, he's going to stop at second. And it's 5-0 on the throwing error as Jake Richardson scores. And back to the plate comes Michael Petit. And all he did the last time up was hit a 3-run home run over the right center field wall. And your pinch runner is going to be Braden Miller, as Wheeler laid a beautiful bunt down. And that's the unselfish nature of this baseball team, Wheeler just knowing he could probably take one and drive it into center field somewhere, lays it down, advances the runner, creates a throwing error, and a run unearned as Petit Michael Petit trying to send that one back to Babcock Street. And it's 5-0 Melbourne on top. That's the magic number tonight. 5 is in 500. Should the Bulldogs get this win, that's what it'll be for skipper Pete Donovan. That one gets away. 23 years. He will retire from coaching at the end of the year. Let's see what Petit does here. Count 1-1. And Miller in the left side of your screen gets back. Nice move to second base, though, by Jonathan Walaver. But he gets back. Petit. 1-1. 6 home runs this year. Here's the pitch. And that one is lofted into left field. Easy play out there by Evan Soland. And that will be the first out here of the inning as Brevin Smith steps in. I'd like to welcome in Harry Jackson watching here on Brevard Sports Network. Smith reached his last time up. Braden Miller at second. Nice block by the catcher there, Chicholo. And it's 1-0 to Brevin. Made a nice defensive play in the top half of the inning as he had a slow roller out to him at second, and he didn't have time to get it out of his glove, so he just flipped it to first with his glove. And there's a nice backhand over to first, and that one gets away, and over to third base goes Braden Miller. That was an outstanding backhanded stop there by William Hendry, the junior, but he threw it away, and Brevin Smith ends up on second base with an error. And that's an identical play to what we saw last inning. I'm going to give him a hit. And second on the air, which is exactly what happened with Brevin the last time up. That'll catch the corner for a strike as catcher Jake Weatherspoon steps in. And that'll get away, and Braden Miller will score the 6th Bulldog run, and Brevin Smith stops at second. Or third, I should say. Sorry, third. 6-0 now for the Bulldogs. Melbourne looking to possibly end this early tonight. Weatherspoon, the pitch, and Weatherspoon fouls that straight back. And there's a shot to the second baseman. Up and over to first for the second out, but that'll be an RBI for Weatherspoon. And the Bulldogs lead it 7-0. As Ryan Hopping steps in. So the Bulldogs this season now 167 runs scored. As Hop steps in, Ryan came in batting .432. He's committed to Salem International. Going to play baseball. And nice eye by Ryan. Chicholo checks. As he checks down to the first baseman, he can't make the call on a left-handed batter. Inside, umpire says a strike. So 1-1. Can't hear it. Don't worry. Here's the pitch. And that gets away from the catcher, and it's 2-1. Gavin Ziegler on deck. Ryan Hopping, the pitch. Hopping wanted that one. Fouls it straight back, so it'll be deuces wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in inning 2. What's the turn card pitch going to be from Jonathan Willaver? And that's a grounder back to the second baseman. He hops it, picks it up, and shortstop in, comes over and throws out. Hopping for the third and final out in the bottom of the second, but the Bulldogs pick up 2 more and lead it 7-0 as we head to the top of the third. Check that. Melbourne scores 3 runs on 2 hits that inning. I like to take a look, and when I look at the rankings, I like to look at the regional rankings. And what I mean by that is like Orlando metro area rankings. And I'll tell you what, having quite a year, the number 1 ranked team is this Melbourne Bulldog team at 15-1. The number 2 ranked team out of Brevard County, Melbourne's 1 in all of Orlando. Ranked number 5 in the Orlando metro area is Tom Dooley's Melbourne Central Catholic Hustlers. The next team that would be ranked 3rd, 7th in the Orlando metro area, you have 3 Brevard County teams that are 7, 8, and 9. And while I don't agree with the way, Coach, how you doing? And while I don't agree with the order of the ranking, the way Max Preps has it is Merritt Island is 7th, Vieira is 8th, and Rockledge is 9. Now, I think you could take those 3 teams, and you can put O'Galley in there as well, to come up with, Rockledge is 12-3. I think, that game Friday night between Rockledge and O'Galley will tell us a lot about where both these teams are right now in the season. So I'll reserve judgment on who the quote-unquote technically second best team in the county is until that game, because I think right now I'd have to go Vieira with the way they're pitching and hitting the ball. But I know Rockledge beat them 2 weeks ago, so then you put Rockledge second. So you see how confusing it can be, and that's why I hate rankings. So I guess you would go Melbourne, Rockledge, Vieira, and that's a strike. 1-1 to number 1. And that ball is lofty. That's the only bad thing is you can't see. And that is hauled in for an out. By Christian Dillard. So 1 out in the inning. It was a long fly ball back to the warning track, so to speak. Nice hit by Brandon Ryder. Didn't get the carry on it. And that'll bring up Thomas Chicholo, the freshman catcher, and he'll look at ball 1. That's why I hate rankings, because, again, for some reason Max Preps has got Merritt Island there. Now, Merritt Island beat Rockledge, but Vieira beat Merritt Island. So who knows how they come up with it. And that is grounded foul back to the green monster. The wall behind the plate. Nothing and two to Ryder. Wheeler rocks and delivers. Strike three, strikeout number 6 in my book by Trey. And that'll bring up Braden Bell. I got a favorite Braden Bell memory in the regional semifinals on the basketball court against the Village's Charter. Braden was elbowed in the nose, and literally his nose was on one side of his face. Obviously, blood was coming out, and he had it on his uniform, so he had to leave the court area and go get his nose fixed and stop the bleeding, which he did. And he would come back along with an injured Diego Fernandez to beat the Village's Charter. And Bell swung on and missed. Before I could even finish my story, Trey Wheeler throws his 7th strikeout of the night. But Bell would come back and help lead the Scorps to a regional semifinal win. But right here on the diamond today, he strikes out. And nothing to be ashamed of there, because that is the 7th for Wheeler. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, and it's 7-0 Melbourne. Due up this inning for the Melbourne Bulldogs, Ziegler, Ayala, and Dillard. As Walaver stays on to pitch, the Bulldogs have scored 7 runs here through 2. On 6 hits. Gavin Ziegler steps in. Ziegler, a .383 hitter. And he wanted that one. Got a base hit his last time up. And that's strike 1. Ayala on deck. That ball bounces away from the catcher, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Got a lot coming up this weekend on Brevard Sports Network. We got the St. Jude's baseball game from Holy Trinity on Saturday. We've got the unsigned Brevard County Senior Showcase from Brevard Parks and Recs, and the referees or the umpires in the stands certainly did not like that strike call, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ziegler. Pitch, high and outside, 2-2. Friday, we've got O'Galley and Rockledge. We'll look for a softball game tomorrow. Walaver steps off the hill. Now back on. Nobody out here. 2-2 to Gavin. The pitch outside, and the count is full. 3-2. Coach Donovan screaming out play protection. The pitch. That's strike 3 called. Nice looking pitch from Walaver, and that'll bring up Bryson Ayala. I couldn't touch my leg. I got bit by something. Like, yeah. Christian Dillard on deck. Ayala struck out his first time up. Nothing and one to Bryson. A freshman. I love. You're gonna see this young man develop nicely over the next couple of years in the program. 1-1. Strike two to Bryson. And Bryson Ayala gets all of that one back and gone. And the freshman hits one out, his second of the year, and the Bulldogs lead it 8-0. How about that poke from Bryson Ayala? For Ayala, his second home run of the year, and RBI number 6. The second home run of the night by the Bulldogs, as that one just kept on going. Christian Dillard steps in. And that's a little inside. Nice poke there, as you see Ayala with the cowboy hat on in the dugout. And deservedly so after that blast. Made that adjustment, turned his hips. That was a nice piece of hitting there by Ayala. On deck, Jake Richardson. And that misses, where he called that a strike, actually. 0-2. And there's a shot to the second baseman, up and over to first. And that'll be the first out. Another nice play by the second baseman, Jaden Evans. And that'll be the first out here in the top or the bottom of the third as Jake Richardson steps in. 3 innings and the third at bat for Jake, who reached on a drop third strike and got a nice hit his last time up. Scored. And Richardson first pitch swinging, fouls it straight back behind the plate. 0-1 to the center fielder. I had to wait to call that outside for a ball. 1-1. On deck is Trey Wheeler. And not a typical Jake Richardson swing. And as he looks over, and usually when you look over after a swing like that, the coaches will look away. And they do. Swing the bat, Jake. The catcher appealed it. They called that a ball. And they appealed, and the first base umpire said no at first for some reason, and then he admitted his mistake and said, yes, it's a strike. So just to recap, it's a swing and strike. That was weird. So it's 0-2 to Jake Richardson. He did not swing at that one. And Chulo doesn't ask for an appeal that time. Off the outside corner, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that one is ripped into the gap, and that'll go all the way to the wall. Around first and on his way to second with a stand-up double is Jake Richardson. And somehow Richardson battled his way back there at that at-bat and turns that into a nice stand-up double for him. Good piece of hitting there by Jake. And for Jake, his fifth two-bagger of the year. And that'll bring up Trey Wheeler, who bunted his last time up and reached on a throwing error by the catcher. As Trey Wheeler calls for time. Richardson at second. Wheeler digs in here. 8-0 Bulldogs on top. And Wheeler, nice play by the shortstop, up and over to first for the third and final out of the inning. But a Bryson Ayala home run gives the Bulldogs another run in this one. As we head to the top of the fourth, it's Melbourne 8, Satellite nothing. Confused me too. Once again tonight, a win by the Melbourne Bulldogs would be the 500th of the storied career for skipper Pete Donovan. In Coach Donovan's career, he's averaged over 20 wins a season. He's won 9 Cape Coast Conference championships, 11 district championships. The Bulldogs, a 2014 Final Four team. He's been named Cape Coast Conference Coach of the Year 10 times. And there's no doubt in my mind that by the time this team is done this year, they will add another, perhaps the district championship, Cape Coast, all of it. But I think the one title they really want is that state championship, and this is a team that is capable of delivering it. Trey Wheeler stays on here. He is not allowed to hit or run. In fact, he's been perfect here through 3 as we head to the top of 4. And if he's been perfect, we head back to the top of the lineup for the Satellite Scorpions. And Evan Soland, William Hendry, and Jason Alati. And Soland, the left fielder, steps in. He's 0 for 1. And Wheeler with 7 strikeouts tonight and another strike there. 0-1. Wheeler's dealing, that's for sure. And that one nearly killed TJ Gowdy. Man, Coach, what a quick move he can still do. You ought to take a bow on that one. That's a good shot there. He's all over that with fastball. I'm just glad he hit it by TJ's way. Solon now, nothing and two. Here comes Wheeler's pitch. Strike three, strikeout number 8 for Trey, and he remains perfect. Will Hendry steps in. Strike one. Yep. Richardson appeals it, or Weatherspoon appeals it, I should say. Jake Weatherspoon. The 0-1, high and outside, and that's the first ball of the inning. Thrown by Trey. Wheeler rocks and fires. Not sure what the count is. I think it's 3-1. And there's a grounder. Ziegler up and over to first, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Nice play by Gavin. Stayed down on it and watched it into the glove, and that'll bring up Jason Alati. Alati, a big young man, a senior. And Wheeler. Strike one to Alati. Strike two. That was right down Babcock Street. That ball gets away from Weatherspoon on a waste pitch, and it's 1-2. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth coming up, and if the Bulldogs can get 2 and then 3 in the top of the fifth, that'll do it. And Alati with a nice at bat here stays alive. He's BGing it. I hear gloves popping behind me in the Melbourne bullpen. So maybe just getting some Wheeler some his innings in here. Pitch, and that one is fouled off at the inside of his ankle. And Alati stays alive at 1-2 as he battles. Coach Gowdy's yelling quality AB, and Alati is giving it to him. Who will win it? Will it be Trey Wheeler, or will it be the senior first baseman pitcher? Wheeler deals strike three. Trey Wheeler, 9 strikeouts. He stays perfect through 4. We head to the bottom of the fourth. 8-0 Bulldogs. At least 2. You would need, it's 5, right? 15 through 3? Is that what it is? All right. softball. All right, the Bulldogs will send up the meat of the order here. Michael Petit will lead it off as Petit with a 3-run bomb in this one already. And we got a new pitcher for the Satellite Scorpions. It's a southpaw. It's going to be Braden Bell. Bell does it all. So Petit will be the first to face Braden. Braden Bell, this is his third appearance of the year. He's pitched 3 innings for the Scorps this year. His ERA is less than desirable at 16.333, but that can happen when you pitch just 3 innings on the year. And Michael Petit steps in against Braden Bell. It's the man of the hour right there. Pete Donovan going for 500. Tom Mandello the other night got his 500th win as a pitching coach. Congratulations to Coach Mandela, and that is a grounder. And watch this fielding prowess. That is amazing. And it's no wonder the Bulldogs fielded a 9.56 clip. The pitch, low and away, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. I want you to. I want you to. Outside for a ball. I was going to ask you after the game. Three and one to Petit. Bell. And Petit gets all of that one, but it's going to die at. Oh, it gets over the right fielder's head, and Petit should be on second. Thought that ball was going to be caught, and Michael knows it. And that's a long single. Those are the, and I love Michael, I do, and he'll be the first to tell you this. But those are the kinds of things that you can't do when we get into the month of May, and Michael knows it. And that'll bring up Brevin Smith. Look for Petit to try to swipe a base here on Braden Bell. Braden's actually a righty. And I'm not picking on him because he's a candidate for Player of the Year, but it's just the little things when you get there in that final 8, which undoubtedly the Bulldogs will be. One and 0 with Jake Weatherspoon on deck, and Brevin has reached twice on 2 singles, and he has got to second base on throwing errors both times. 8-0 Melbourne on top. Petit with a lead, and he'll now take second on the pass ball. Three and 0. to Brevin. High. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk, and that'll bring up catcher Jake Weatherspoon, the 2-time player of the game this year. Weatherspoon can get a hold of him. So the Bulldogs with nobody out, 2 on. The pitch, that'll be high for a ball with Ryan Hopping on deck. Ball 2, and Bell has thrown 6 straight balls. So I would imagine it's take 2, you get a strike here. Low and inside, ball 3, make it 7 straight out of the zone. And that's another 4-pitch walk, and the bases are jacked for Ryan Hopping. And this is just the type of situation this young man craves. Ryan, not a stranger to being able to hit this thing out of here. But I think he'll take a base hit, which would score 2. You got Petit on third, Brevin Smith on second, and the pinch runner at third base. Swung on and missed is Watava. Wyatt Watava, the pinch runner at first. Hopping now, 0-2 the pitch, and he pops it up and out of play. So he battles to fight off that one. That was a good-looking pitch from Braden Bell there. So Bell, after throwing 8 straight balls, has thrown 3 straight strikes. On deck is Gavin Ziegler. Bases juice, nobody out. Bottom 4, 8-0 Bulldogs on top. Bell to the hip, rocks, fires, inside, gets away. Petit will score. That'll make it 9-0. Brevin Smith stops at third. Wyatt Watava at second, and it's 9-0 Melbourne. Hopping now with an opportunity for 2 RBIs here. Earl Weaver used to say 3-run home runs and pitching win games all day. And that is a nice play by Jason Alati to haul that in on a line drive shot down the first base line, and that'll be the first out with Gavin Ziegler coming up. So Ziegler and Bell, righty-righty matchup here. The home run man on deck in Bryson Ayala. And this is popped up and playable. It looks like. Nope. Just hit the edge of the visitor's dugout. And Gavin Ziegler will live to swing another day here. Tristan Stallman warming up in the Bulldog bullpen, and that ball is fouled back and out of play. So Braden Bell's recovered nicely here with nobody out and bases loaded. So far, he's only allowed 1 in. He's got 1 out after walking a couple. That's the other thing Weaver used to say, walks will kill you. Bell to Ziegler. And there's a shot to the second baseman. They're going to come home with it. There's the throw. The umpire calls him out. Nice play by the second baseman there. Another nice play by Jaden Evans and a good tag by Chichulo to get the lead runner. And that's 2 outs with Bryson Ayala at the dish. Ayala, his last time up, hit about a 330-foot home run over the left field wall. 2 outs now as Wyatt Watava moves up to third. Nice job by the infield there. Ayala from Bell here. Low and outside for a ball. 9-0 Bulldogs on top. Bell popped up, straight up, and this one's going to stay or not stay in play. Looked like it was. Then it tailed over the high wall there. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Ayala with Christian Dillard on deck. Coming up Friday night, it's more baseball. Rockledge and O'Galley. Bell now to the hip, settles, kicks, fires, and that one looks like it's playable, but who knows? Alati hauls it in for the third and final out. So Braden Bell, after issuing 2 straight walks on 8 pitches, gets out of it with giving up just 1 run as the Bulldogs lead it 9-0 as we head to the top of inning number 5. So this will be Wheeler's final inning. Could be the final inning of the game, too, coming up. It's 9-0. As we head to the top of the 5th inning, Trey Wheeler will come back on, and knowing that he will not go all 7, regardless, he's been perfect through 4. There's been 12 up and 12 down, and 9 of them have been set down via the K tonight by Trey. Another outstanding performance by the Gamecock commit and future Friday night starter for South Carolina. By the way, how about the basketball team? Congratulations to the basketball team, huh? The girls' basketball team. Nice job winning the national championship. And this will be the number 4 hitter in the lineup for Satellite. Brock Hamilton struck out his last time up. Another gorgeous night for baseball in good old Brevard County. Wheeler rocks, fires, lefty-lefty matchup, and he goes low and inside for ball 1. And that ball is popped up into shallow center field. Tough play, but drifting back on it is Gavin Ziegler from the shortstop position, and he'll haul it in for the first out of the inning. Nice play by Gavin. Good communication out there. And it's 1 out. You don't make that play without talking to each other. And that'll bring up Michael McCarthy. He also struck out his only time up. And that'll be ball one to McCarthy. Wheeler turns and fires. That was 12-6, and it was a beaut. 1-1. That thing fell right off the table. McCarthy's going, what was that? And hoping it doesn't get thrown again. And he just comes right back with a fastball. And Michael McCarthy is a good hitter, but right now he's going, what's coming? 1-2. One out here. Wheeler. And that's a nice piece of hitting there to get around on that. There's the throw, and it gets away. And Ziegler commits the error. And down to second base. Nice job by Michael McCarthy to get around on that. And Ziegler just threw it away for the error. And the Satellite Scorpions with an opportunity now to get a runner in. That had happened earlier in the game, but Ryan Hopping made a fantastic throw to get Jason Alati at second base. That time McCarthy beats the throw. And Satellite now, kudos to Michael McCarthy. After that curveball and fastball, he hung in there. And that is the first base runner to reach on Trey Wheeler in the game. That's going to bring up Jonathan Woolaver, the pitcher, the starting pitcher, I should say. All I can tell you is it missed. I don't know where it missed. I just know that it did. One ball and one strike, one out. McCarthy at second, got a pretty good lead. And there's a grounder to Ziegler. Ziegler up and over to first, and that's how you rebound as Gavin Ziegler, no problem fielding him, and that time he throws a strike to Ryan Hopping for the second out of the inning. Michael McCarthy moves to third, and that'll bring up number one. That's Brandon Ryder. McCarthy with a nice lead here at third. You see him on the left side of your screen. The pitch pops straight up and in play. Hopping, drifting, and he'll call it and make the third and final out. Satellite threatens to score one, but the runner is stranded at third. No runs, no hits, one error, one left. We head to the bottom of the fifth, 9-0 Melbourne. So one should do it here for the Bulldogs. They can score. They'll end it on a 10-run roll. And leading off as we'll get a new batter in the game here. And that'll be a strike. Who is this? I don't have him on my roster. Hunter Velez is up. Yep, he's listed as number 42. So Velez, a senior, getting it at bat here. 0-2 from Braden Bell. The pitch, strike three, one out. Back to the top of the order, and Jake Richardson. Richardson, his last time up with a stand-up double. And the curveball misses outside for a ball. 1-0 to Jake. Trey Wheeler on deck with Michael Petit in the hole. Oh, 0-1 now, or yep. The pitch, low and outside. 2-1 to Jake Richardson. Bell rocks, kicks, and fires, and that one bounces back to the screen for ball three. 3-1 now. Ball four, and Richardson with a walk, and Wheeler is now up. Wheeler wanted that one, fouls it straight back. Laid down a nice bunt earlier in the game. Wheeler, a couple of hits. Wheeler is, you can't hear. I said you can't hear anything outside of this zone. You're good. That'll be a strike. That ball is fouled back and out of play, and Wheeler stays alive here with 1-2. Pitch, that'll drop in for, oh my, I thought that was a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a tough one to take, but Wheeler, recognizing it, I guess as a fellow pitcher, takes it. And the count is even at 2-2. Bell, the 2-2, off and running is Richardson. The ball is low. Down to second with a stolen base is Jake Richardson. And Wheeler now looks at a full count with Michael Petit on deck. Petit with a 3-run home run in this one tonight. And Wheeler with a chopper back to the pitcher over to third. And that's a beaut right there. They got him. Lead runner out, and that'll be the second out of the inning with Petit coming up. Wheeler will reach on a fielder's choice, and coming in to run is Braden Miller. So Braden Bell with a nice play. Braden Miller with a lead at first, a nice lead. Michael Petit at the plate, as I said, a 3-run home run. Last time up, a fly ball single. And he liked that one. Pitch. And Petit launches that one into right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Braden Miller's going to round third or stop at third, and the Bulldogs are going to have runners at first and third with 2 outs, and Brevin Smith at the dish. Petit with a home run, a single, a home run and 2 singles tonight. So the run that'll end it is 90 feet away. Jake Weatherspoon on decks, got his shin guards on with 2 outs. Brevin Smith, a couple of shots to the shortstop tonight, and that'll miss for ball 1. 1-0 to Brevin. That was the same place, and it's now 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brevin. Bell gets the signal from Chicholo. And here's the pitch. That ball, Chicholo does a nice job keeping that in front of him, and the count is 2-1. Did he call that a strike? That got up underneath and hit the catcher somewhere. I think it hit him in the. I'm not sure how he got popped in the nose, or he must have got dirt in his mouth and eyes there from the ball that bounced. So he gets some time here, and keep your eye on that. Because if a pass ball, if you can't see the next pitch, Braden Miller will certainly be scampering 90 feet to score. So Brevin Smith's got Michael Petit at first and Braden Miller at third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th and a 9-0 Bulldog lead. Pete Donovan inching closer to career win number 500. Here's the pitch, and that catches the corner for strike 2. 2-2, I believe. And nice job by Chicholo again, and the count is full to Brevin Smith. Chicholo struggled in the first inning, blocking balls, but has since been golden back there. The freshman catcher doing a nice job. Petit being held at first. Braden Miller not at third. Braden Bell rocks, kicks, fires, swung on, and missed. Nice pitch by Bell. And the Bulldogs strand 2 as we head to the top of the 6th. 9-0 Melbourne. All right, we got a new pitcher on the hill. It's going to be Tristan Stallman, the junior right-hander. And what a job tonight by Trey Wheeler. We'll tell you about that here in just a second. But Stallman is making his 7th appearance on the season. He is 2-0. He's got 1 save on the year. His ERA is non-existent, 0.00. He has pitched 16 and a third innings. He's allowed 8 hits, walked 5, struck out 24. Opponents this year are batting 143 against him. So, outstanding job by him this season. And how about the job tonight by the southpaw Trey Wheeler, who goes 5 full innings, strikes out 9, gives up no hits, no runs, faces all but one minimum batter. As we will have Gabe Colbert step in. This will be Gabe's first at-bat tonight. And we'll see what Stallman offers up. And the first pitch is at the knees for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 to Colbert. Stallman low, ball 1, 1-1. Inside, and the count is now 2-1. 9-0 Melbourne on top here. That ball is hit deep into left field, and judging by the reaction of the satellite dugout, it is a long fly ball out, and that'll be the first out here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 out. And that'll bring up Braden Bell, the pitcher. Started off at third base tonight, came in for Willaver. And Braden's done a nice job since coming in. The pitch. There's a grounder down the first base line. Picked up by Stallman over to Hopping. 2 quick outs. And Evan Soland steps in, and you just kind of feel like that Melbourne scores that 10th run in the bottom half of the inning. The game is over, and you just kind of feel like they're headed in that direction for sure. It would be the absolute John Wooden-esque fairy tale type ending to this marvelous 23-year career if the Bulldogs could, at a minimum, get to the state championship. The Hollywood script would be, of course, winning it. Stallman. And that's a base hit over Brevin Smith's head. And that is the first base hit of the game for the Satellite Scorpions. And it's a 2-out base hit here in the top of the 6th inning. And that'll bring up Will Hendry. And they're certainly capable of doing it. Hendry from Stallman, 2 outs. Low and outside. Nice job by Weatherspoon. Backhand that. Keep that from rolling to the mini green monster. I'll switch with you in just a second. In other words, just wait till the end of this inning. 9-0 here. The change up, curveball, whatever is a beaut, and it's 1-1. Doesn't matter. It just dropped right in. Over to first and back in time is Bell. I think that's Braden. Low. Down to first. Did he get him? Oh. Got a better angle on it than I did. By the hair of his chinny chin. Does he get back? Umpire's done a nice job tonight. 2-1, 2 outs. Hendry from Stallman. The pitch. 3-1. I like these helmets these coaches wear, like that red hat there Coach Galdi's got on. I like that. The pitch. That's ball 4. And for the first time in the game, Satellite's got 2 runners on. And the number 3 hitter in the lineup coming up, Jason Alati. 2 outs still. Alati, big right-handed power hitting first baseman. The pitch, strike 1. Stallman says, you know what? I'm not going to play around here. I'm just going to rock back and let it go. Tristan to the hip. Takes a peek, kicks, fires. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And that ball bounces off of Jake Weatherspoon's mask. He kept it in front of him, and it's station to station. As moving up is Evan Soland. Sorry, not Braden Bell, but Evan Soland. And so now the opportunity to force the Bulldogs to have to score twice is 90 feet away, and it's 2-1 with 2 outs. I'm 3-1. Must have been outside, I suppose. The pitch. And the bases are loaded for the number 4 hitter in the Satellite lineup, Brock Hamilton. So Hamilton has the matchup he wants. Bases loaded. A right-hander on the hill. He's a lefty. He's been battling a lefty in Wheeler all night. Now he gets the righty. First pitch right down Babcock Street. Strike one. First pitch strikes have not been Stallman's issue. It's after this where the struggles have come. If you want to call missing by a half inch a struggle. 0-1, and that one is 1-1. One ball, one strike, two outs. Bases loaded for the Scorps here in the top of the sixth. Their biggest threat of the night. The pitch to Hamilton. And Hamilton rocks that one into center field, but they're perfectly positioned to make the third and final out is Jake Richardson. No runs, one hit, no errors, three left. We head to the bottom of the sixth. It's 9-0 Melbourne. Go ahead. Right there's where I want it, okay? What was... Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. I'm going to run up tomorrow and... Okay. That's fine. So Tiger Woods going to play in the Masters, huh? That ought to be interesting. Tiger's going to be in the group with Louis Oosthuizen and Joaquin Niemann. I don't care if he misses the cut or makes the cut. It's always more interesting when Tiger's in the field. Of course, you like that one? Yeah, I have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of y'all just fast forward through the commentary part. Yeah. All right, 9-0. One will do it, and Jake Weatherspoon to lead it off. The pitch. And it'll be outside for a ball. We got a new Scorp pitcher. We'll tell you about him here in a minute. Braden Bell did a nice job. Swung on and missed, and your new satellite pitcher. That's still Braden. I don't know why he looks different. Curveball in there for a strike. 1-2 now to Weatherspoon. Ryan Hopping on deck. And Weatherspoon fouls that one off and out of play. And the count will stay at a ball and two strikes. One swing of the bat could end it. It's 9-0 Melbourne. One more. High. And it's 2-2. And Weatherspoon gets into one and hits it to center field, but there is Brandon Ryder, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. And that'll bring up Ryan Hopping. Low for a ball. 1-0. Scorps will have, if Melbourne doesn't score, the Scorps will have 6, 7, 8 coming up. The pitch, high and outside, ball 2. One thing is guaranteed for Ryan Hopping, and that is that if he doesn't hit a home run here tonight, ball foul, he will hit one in the next game because every time without fail, the game after we broadcast, Hopping goes deep. And whew, that missed. 3-1. Goodness gracious. He felt that ball back so fast I didn't even see it hit the screen. Did you?
Nope. By the time I saw it, was rolling back towards the edge.
Yeah. That was incredibly quick. 3-2 to Hop. Bell rocks, kicks, and fires. And Ryan Hopping not fooled by the off-speed stuff. And he BGs it. Staying alive. 9-0 Bulldogs on top here. With the full count, 3-2. Nice pitch by Braden, gets him. And that's 2 outs. And that'll bring up Gavin Ziegler. Ziegler. What? What's that?
That's why you should broadcast every game.
I like that comment. Strike 1 to Ziegler. Bryson Ayala on deck, and he hit a home run tonight as well. Nice pitch. Lined that one over that left field wall, there, left center wall. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. And look, as much as, you know, you want to see that 10th run score, it's just fitting that you go 7 for Coach to get his 500th. This is in the bag. I mean, Satellite could come back and win it. I'm not offending anybody. I'm not saying anything that I don't think that Scorpion fans know, but it's always, you know, from our perspective anyway, it's good to get that third out call in there, making a little history here at Dawson Field tonight, as that man right there is just 3 outs away from career victory number 500. Put it on him. As you look at Coach Pete Donovan, 10-time Cape Coast Conference Coach of the Year, 11 district championships, 9 Cape Coast Conference championships, 2014 Final Four. 23 years, his final year, and there's a shot in between third and short and out to left field for a 2-out base hit, and that'll bring up Bryson Ayala. Nice piece of hitting there. Yeah. Oh, yeah? They're here? Okay. So Ayala steps in. Bell takes a peek over. Braden Miller back in the pinch run. The pitch, high and outside for a ball. Two outs. Bottom 6. Scorps will be down to their final 3 outs if Melbourne doesn't plate one here. And that is a check swing as the Umpire in the field says no. We've had some fun with that tonight. As we have a 2-0 count to Ayala. Pitch from Braden, low and outside, and it's 3-0. Braden walks off the back of the mound, rubs the ball. Takes a peek at the scoreboard for the count. Comes to a set. Strike one, 3-1. Ayala's ready. And that'll be a walk. And now, second and third. With Anthony Velez coming to the plate. So Velez steps up. The game-ending run is at second base, and Braden Miller, the pitch to Velez, and that's strike one. Velez struck out his last time up. Fouled straight back, and Bell has Velez in an 0-2 hole here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. 9-0 Bulldogs on top. Bell peeks back at Miller. Fires. Just one of those, don't know where it missed. I can only tell you that it did. 1-2 now, 2 outs. I think it's probably a touch off the black there. The 1-2 from Braden. And that nearly got away. And they're going to throw that down to second base and try to get the runner, and Miller's back in plenty of time. So now it's Deuces Wild with 2 balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs. And Velez steps out, steps in. Bell to the hip. Fires. Strike 3. First base is open. And that'll strike out, throw out there, needed. And that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits. Or I'm sorry, no runs, 2 hits. No errors, 2 left. We head to the top of the 7th inning. 9-0 Melbourne. All right, we head to the top of inning number 7, and Tristan Stallman will look to get the final 3 outs here and hand coach Pete Donovan his 500th career victory tonight. And it'll be the 16th win of the year for Melbourne. 16-1, the Bulldogs are. As they have a quest this year. There's no doubt about it. This is a team that believes they can win a state championship, and I believe them. If you're just tuning in, Brevard County 17 times has played for a state title, and 5 programs have captured 7 of them. The last in 2019 from a team named Melbourne, but it was the Central Catholic Hustlers. And one of the greats of the game, and Tom Dooley, who won his 500th last year. Nine nothing now. Scorps down to their final 3 outs, and Joe Costin steps in. Yeah, I was going to say Joe's a heck of a baseball or basketball player. Did a great job for Coach Paul Krachora this year. Strike zone is definitely expanded with Joe Costin at the plate. And Costin with a shot backhanded by Ziegler over to first. Got him. Great play by Gavin Ziegler for the first out in the top of the 7th. And Joe Costin boogieing down the line. It must be that basketball speed because I expected him to just kind of trudge down, and he was going. And we have up another pinch hitter here. And number 2 for Satellite's going to be Caden Martin, the junior. Stallman's pitch, strike 1. Strike 2. Rolling. Tristan Stallman is a rolling here in the 7th. I've just jinxed him now. It pops straight up, playable for Ryan Hopping. He calls it, has it, out number 2. And Pete Donovan is 1 out away from career win number 500. Top 7. And the final hope of the night for Satellite is number 17, Corey Russell. Strike 1, fouled straight back to the screen. Coming up after the game, stay tuned. We'll I'm going to do the post-game live here on Brevard Sports Network. Something I don't normally do, but it's a special occasion. And the Scorps are down to their final out. Strike 3, and the Bulldogs have won it 9-0. That's the final. 9 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. And congratulations to manager Pete Donovan as he has career victory number 500. For the Bulldogs, it is their 16th win of the year. And as you see, Coach getting a standing ovation. And so what we're going to do is we're going to log off, and we're going to be right back with the post-game live.